we are going to go through all of the big cat sounds I just previously did, and I will break down how I made the sounds. Because that's what you asked for, and that's what I'm here for, because I have nothing else to do. Now, we're going to go over the serval, because that one is fairly simple and also similar to house cat sounds that I'm sure everyone would also appreciate. Serval, house cat. Not terribly much difference in them. So let's go over the 3 sounds that I'm going to teach you. Yelp. Alright, those are the 3 sounds. A yelp, a hiss, and a nyam-nyam. The nyams. We like the nyams. The way I'm going to break this down is something's going to be a nose sound or a mouth sound. If I say nose, that means you can make the sound with your mouth closed. So a serval yelp is a nose sound. I know it doesn't look like that. What you're doing is you are expelling and humming air out of your nose. So you can push your tongue up to the roof of your mouth to squeeze the air to change the pitch. So we can go and then the yelp is where you're opening your mouth just enough to make the extra breath in there. Most of the sound is coming through the nose. Opening the mouth does create a more dimensional sound, because obviously that's what the cat's doing, so there is added sound there. But I needed you to understand that the foundation of the sound is in the nose. You're making the sound with the tongue in this position, and then you stretch it out for that last yelp. Alright, so now we're going to move on to the serval hiss. So an advantage we have here is that the camera angle is actually right up in its mouth, and so we can see what its tongue is doing, and we can replicate that in some ways because that is what the sound is. However, what is the sound? Nose or mouth? It's mouth. That means most of our air is going out of our mouth, and the sound we are making is the result of the air causing friction in our mouth, and that is the sound. The other one was vibrations in our throat, and it's humming and going out the nose. This one is simply air causing friction with our uvula and our tongue and babillary epiglottis and down our tongue and hitting our teeth. All of that friction is the sound of the hiss. Now, we get to see cupping of the tongue. So what that tells you is, what does that tell us? Well, the mouth is not relaxed in this one. We've got a cough and then a continued expectoration of air through the mouth. So how about we first do so you are blowing air out your mouth, but you are closing the back of your throat, which is also your tongue closing, and you're not letting the air go through your nose. It's actually a little hard to be like, right, how do I blow it out the nose? Well, because you flexed it this way, you have closed your nasal passageway. And then you're going to cough it out. Call that good. And last but not least, we move on to the nom-noms. Why do we like the nom-noms? Because they're really easy to make, but they're super cute. Okay, based on the previous sounds, which one do you think this is? Nasal or mouth? 3, 2, 1. It's nasal. You can make all of these sounds with your mouth closed. As you would probably imagine, because he is making sound while he is swallowing food. The epiglottis is closed. You're just humming a sound which is projecting out your nose, and the action of the tongue moving is causing a change of pressure in the mouth, which is changing the shape of the air chamber of the sound itself. That's vibrating from the throat up in the mouth and out the nose. So let's first do this without our mouth open. Just hum. Now move your tongue up and down. Oh, windpipe, that's the word. So imagine you've got food in your mouth and you are really delighted at that sound, but you're also really suspicious of the person who gave you the food. So you want to give them a warning sign of, hey, I don't like you, don't mess with my food. But you're also really hungry and you want to eat the food before the person takes the food. So you're going to go, that's the sound. All right. So our 3 sounds we have learned today is ow, okay, hopefully you learned some things about servals and house cats. Let's face it, most of those sounds were all house cats, just in maybe 10 pounds extra. So, but that's a big cat sound for you that you asked for. So, like and subscribe and comment for what you want to learn, and always,